Hello everyone, welcome to LUKMAAN IAS. So today in our The Hindu newspaper analysis, we are going to understand some important articles from The Hindu newspaper, okay, dated 12th of March 2021, okay. So the articles that we are going to look for the day are listed over here. So first article that we will talk about is Quad Summit, okay. So we will discuss this article with reference to international relations under General Studies paper 2. And after that we are going to understand about Lingaraja Temple, and this topic is very important under Art and Culture section, which is a part of General Studies paper 1 of your mains exam and also GS paper 1 of prelims exam. Then we will look into India-Japan Space Agency's review ties, okay. This topic is very important from science and technology perspective under General Studies paper 3. And then we are going to see Stuck in Check Dam, Elephant Dies. This particular issue is very important from Environment and Ecology section under General Studies paper 3 and also from ethics point of view under paper 4. Then we are going to see the next topic, which is working towards climate justice in a non-ideal world. Okay, this topic is very important under Environment and Ecology section, that too under General Studies paper 3. And the first article was there in like page 1 of The Hindu. Okay, second article was also there in page 1 of The Hindu. Third article is from page number 10 of The Hindu newspaper. Okay, and fourth article is from page number 8. And fifth article is from page number 6, okay, of The Hindu newspaper for 12th of March 2021. So having understood the relevance of these articles, let us quickly look into the first article for the day, which is Quad Summit. Okay, so as you know that Quad is an informal summit between 4 member countries. Okay, these 4 member countries are the United States of America, India, Australia and Japan. Okay, so these are the 4 member countries of Quad. It is still an informal, like informal grouping between these member countries, but slowly and gradually it is gaining more relevance, okay, with the geopolitical shift. Okay, so in that perspective it was a news. So let us understand why it was a news. Okay, so it was a news because recently, okay, like today the Quad grouping is going to have a virtual meeting or virtual summit between the member countries. Okay, so the virtual summit of the quadrilateral framework on Friday, it is the first time that the leaders of the Indo-Pacific grouping are meeting. Okay, so this is the thing. And this particular summit is also called as Indo-Pacific NATO by China. China says this particular group as Indo-Pacific NATO. NATO means North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Although like it is not a North Atlantic Treaty Organization, but like it is being viewed by China as a Indo-Pacific NATO. Okay, so now the thing is, we need to understand like whether after the meeting the member countries are going to come up with a unified single joint statement, or they are going to have their own separate statements. It is going to be a matter of time, and that will be known to us after the summit actually takes place. Okay, so it is going to be held today and the results will be shown after the virtual summit has ended. Okay, so now this particular summit can also have a discussion on vaccines, on COVID-19 vaccines. Why? Because like India wants that like there should be relaxation of intellectual property rights when it comes to vaccine making and making the availability of vaccines to the masses. Okay, as you know that COVID-19 is a pandemic and it has caused havoc around the world. And if we still stick to the intellectual property rights, in that case the vaccine availability may be affected. So many people may still die because of unavailability of vaccines. As you know that India is the world's biggest manufacturer of COVID-19 vaccine. Okay, so India has been putting its interest in front of the World Trade Organization that there should be waiver in the intellectual property rights when it comes to vaccine manufacturing and vaccine marketing, because like India wants to manufacture COVID-19 vaccine as a generic drug. So once it is made a generic drug, then it will be very easier for India to manufacture the vaccine and market it, so that the vaccine can be made available globally. Okay, so India would like to see Western countries led by the United States of America to dilute their opposition to the proposal at the World Trade Organization to waive the trade related intellectual property rights, which is known as TRIPS. Okay, it is known as TRIPS. Okay, guidelines, so that more vaccines can be produced generically. So this is the reference with which this particular article was in news, and this is a very important topic, because when it comes to quadrilateral security dialogue, it showcases India's stand in the global footprint. Okay, so globally India is emerging as a geopolitical power by becoming a member of the Quad grouping, and at the same time India is able to get its standpoint resonated to the Western countries through the United States of America. So having understood this, let us move to the next topic for the day. Okay, and before that, let us solve a practice question with reference to this particular topic. Okay, so this practice question says, consider the following statements with reference to quadrilateral security dialogue. Okay, this question is with reference to quadrilateral security dialogue. The statement 1 says, the quadrilateral security dialogue is an informal strategic forum which is maintained by semi-regular summits, informal exchanges and military drills between the member countries. Okay, we have already discussed about it. So first statement is correct. When it comes to the member countries of the quadrilateral security dialogue, this second statement says that its member countries are the United States, China, Japan and India. So China is not a member of the quadrilateral security dialogue. Okay, so Quad grouping is has come into prominence only because these countries want to counter the hegemony of China. Okay, so that's why China is not a member of the quadrilateral security dialogue. So the members are United States of America, Japan, India and Australia. Okay, and Australia. So second statement is incorrect. Okay, so the question says, which of the statements given above is or are correct? So we need to select just A statement. So A is the right answer. Okay, A is the right answer, because China is not a member of the quadrilateral security dialogue. Okay, I have included the solution to this particular question here. So you can see that quadrilateral security dialogue is an informal strategic forum which is maintained by semi-regular summits, informal exchanges and military drills between the member countries. Okay, so statement 1 was correct. When it comes to statement 2, the member countries are India, United States, Australia and Japan. Okay, so the blue colored countries that are shown here, they are the member of quadrilateral security dialogue. Okay, China is not a member. China is not a member of quadrilateral security dialogue. So statement correct answer was A. So having understood this, let us move to the next topic for the day. This topic talks about Lingaraja Temple. Okay, so it was the image of Lingaraja Temple was recently shown in The Hindu page 1. Okay, so this is the image of Lingaraja Temple. So why this particular temple is important? Okay, because temple architectures are sometimes asked in UPSC prelims exam. So you should be knowing the location of different temples and all. Recently, yesterday, the nation has celebrated, okay, Mahashivratri. Okay, so that Mahashivratri was celebrated here also in Lingaraja Temple. Okay, so let us understand about Lingaraja Temple in that perspective. Okay, so Lingaraja Temple is a Hindu temple dedicated to Lord Shiva. Okay, and is one of the oldest temples in Bhubaneswar, the capital city of Indian state of Odisha. Okay, so Lingaraja Temple is located in Odisha. Then the temple is the most prominent landmark of Bhubaneswar city and one of the major tourist attractions of the state. Okay, you just need to understand that Lingaraja Temple, like is a Hindu temple, okay, dedicated to Lord Shiva. Okay, so like people who go to Lingaraja Temple, they they are devotees of Lord Shiva, and so they can be considered as Shaivite people. Okay, so that's why this topic is important. Okay, it is important from General Studies paper 1 of prelims exam, okay, under Art and Culture section, and it is important from mains perspective also under General Studies paper 1. Okay, so having understood that, let us move to the next topic for the day. Okay, this is going to be the third topic. Okay, so this topic is with reference to science and technology. Okay, science and technology under General Studies paper 3 of your mains exam. So let us see what this article talks about. It says India Japan space agencies review ties, many collaborations planned. Okay, so recently there was a virtual summit or virtual meeting between Indian Space Research Organization and Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency. Okay, so when it comes to the Space Organization of India, it is known as ISRO. That stands for Indian Space Research Organization, and when we talk about Space Agency of Japan, it is known as Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency. Okay, Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency, and India's is Indian Space Research Organization. So they had a bilateral meeting between them, and they had reviewed the ties between these two space agencies. Okay, and after reviewing the ties, what they have come up with, like they have plan to cooperate with one another in a greater manner, so that like they can take up more number of projects together, okay, by sharing the technological know-how between them. Okay, so both agencies means Indian Space Research Organization on one hand and Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency on the other hand. Okay, both these agencies signed an implementing arrangement for collaborative activities on rice crop area and air quality monitoring satellite, okay, using satellite data. So India and Japan are already working on a joint lunar polar exploration, which is known as LUPEX. Okay, so LUPEX mission can be asked in UPSC prelims exam. So what is the full form of the LUPEX mission? It is Lunar Polar Exploration Mission. Okay, LUPEX stands for Lunar Polar Exploration Mission. It is a joint mission of Indian Space Research Organization and Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency, okay, which is in short known as JAXA. Okay, so this like they are already working in the LUPEX mission, and two space agencies have been working on the mission that aims to send a lander and a rover to the moon's south pole around 2024. Okay, so early this month, India and Italy decided to explore opportunities in Earth observation, space science, robotics, and human exploration. Okay, so after reading this article, what we understand is that Indian Space Research Organization has gained prominence worldwide, and it is collaborating with foreign space agencies like Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency. Also, like it has had greater cooperation with NASA also, okay, National Aeronautics and Space Administration of USA, and like with Italy we have signed some kind of bilateral agreements between ISRO and like Space Agency of Italy. And apart from this, with Australia also we have we are deepening our ties in technological space. Okay, so this talks about like Indians in space technology, contribution of Indians in space technology, and at the same time, okay, like technological advancement in space sector. So having understood this, let us move to the next topic for the day, which is topic number 4, and this topic is very important when it comes to understanding environment and ecology, and at the same time ethics, integrity, and aptitude. Okay, so recently, okay, it has been reported that an elephant has died, okay, when it got stuck in a check dam. Okay, so an elephant got stuck in check dam in Kerala's Palakkad district. Okay, and so it remained stuck in that particular check dam for more than a day, and so like it died over there. Okay, so it died over there. And what was the main reason of dying of the elephant? It was because of a check dam, okay, that was constructed, okay, by human beings in the forest region. And apart from this, people knew that the elephant was stuck in a check dam. Forest officials came, they have witnessed, they have seen that the elephant is stuck, but no forest official has taken any any step to rescue that elephant. Like in entire one day, like for 24 hours, there was no action by any forest official. And so after then, when the elephant died, next day, forest officials came with a crane just to take out the body of the elephant. Okay, this showcases the apathy of human beings towards animals. Okay, so it also highlights the lack in ethics in the forest officials when it comes to like looking forward for the welfare of the animals. Okay, it also showcases animal conflict related things. Okay, so being human beings, are we lacking in sympathy, or are we not sympathetic enough for the elephants to rescue them? Okay, so normal human beings may not be able to have that kind of mental frame to look for the welfare of the animals. But when it comes to forest officials, they are the trained people, right, who are expected to take immediate steps whenever an animal is in dire need of rescue. So this particular case highlights that forest officials did not show their interest to rescue an animal, okay, rescue an elephant that was stuck in a check dam. Okay, so in future days there will be investigations. Okay, there will be more articles about it, and they will try to find out like who was guilty behind this. But the thing is, we should take a step beforehand so that we can rescue an animal, we can save we can save them. Okay, so that's an important aspect. You should also think more over it. Like if similar situation happens in your district, if you are posted as a district magistrate, so is there anything that you can do so that you can save the animal if it is stranded somewhere? Like what measures you can take? You can explore more about it. You can think more so that you can you can frame a good answer, okay, in your ethics paper, or you can write it as a case study point. Okay, so having understood this, let us move to the next topic for the day. This particular topic is very important, okay, from environment and ecology perspective under general studies paper 3. What this topic talks about? This topic says working towards climate justice in a non-ideal world. Okay, working towards climate justice in a non-ideal world. Okay, so it says New Delhi has to leverage its green commitment to ensure carbon and policy space for its developmental aspirations. Okay, so this article has been written by Manjeet Singh Puri, and he is a former ambassador of India. Okay, he is a former ambassador of India, and he was a lead negotiator at the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Okay, so this article is very important. So Mr. Puri says over here that with the change in administration in the United States of America, now since Joe Biden is elected as the president, and his party has a historical record of having sensitivity towards climate change. Okay, so the moment he came into office, he had propounded his idea that we are again, okay, ready to take global leadership when it comes to climate change. Okay, so he has announced that now the United States of America will take forward the legacy of being leader, okay, in the global global commitments towards the environment and ecology. Okay, so this article highlights like what are the steps that are being taken by the United States of America and what are the things that are expected from other countries worldwide. Okay, so this article says talks about the United States of America's move. Okay, so as you know that the United States of America is not just striding back to the Obama signature achievement of the Paris Accord with the voluntary commitments, but also to the Bush days. Okay, so it says that like major economic forums and the leaders and leaders climate summit. Okay, so it highlights about these two things, and it says that like United States of America is not going to take such steps in silos, like it is not going to take all these steps itself. At the same time, it is willing to cooperate with other countries, willing to be a leader of bringing other countries like on the forum, so that like global leaders can discuss among themselves the best way forward, how to safeguard the climate change. And this article also highlights that like although we had a target of the global warming to be limited up to 1.5 degrees centigrade compared to the pre-industrial level, but this particular article says that like more than 75 or 85% of that particular that cap has already been exhausted by developed countries and China together. Okay, so like do we have any historical responsibilities towards those countries? Okay, like when it comes to like when I'm discussing about this particular article, I'm talking about the historical responsibilities of developed countries towards those countries who are on the path of development, who have started their development now. So there was a debate of historical responsibilities, and so when it comes to this, yes, they do have historical responsibility and they owe a lot to the global common, because like the climate change is a global phenomena. If you are impacting the climate from one region, it is going to have the effect for the entire earth. Okay, so that's why it is very significant for us to look forward for that particular issue. Okay, so this article also says about a proposal that was made by Raghuram Rajan. Okay, so when Raghuram Rajan was the governor of Reserve Bank of India, okay, and after then he left, but like he is a prominent figure worldwide, and he has proposed an idea that like let us forget about historical responsibilities. Okay, he said let us forget about historical responsibilities, let us start taking steps from now, and let us make every country worldwide, okay, let us make every country worldwide, okay, a part of the global forum where every country will take certain commitments and they will come forward with their implementation measures. Okay, but will that proposal be acceptable to India? Okay, certainly not, because like India historically has not been a greater polluter to the extent that China was and the European Union was. Okay, European Union or European countries or the Western countries were. Okay, so now what the question arises like we cannot forget the historical responsibility concept. Okay, so those countries who have already contributed a lot to the climate change, they owe a responsibility to lead the forum, and they should be the countries like who should be providing, okay, resources to the countries that are developing in nature, so that like they can bring some kind of technological changes in their own technology, so that climate change can be mitigated. Okay, so climate change is an inevitable phenomena. It is a phenomena that cannot be stopped, but the thing is we can take our steps to reduce the negative impact of climate change. Okay, so this is a very important article. What you should do, you should just read this particular article as it is. It will give you so many points, okay, that you can use in writing an answer in General Studies paper 3 of your mains exam related to climate change and related to alternative suggestions, okay, how to mitigate climate change, okay. So that's all that I had to discuss in this particular article, okay. These like whatever, you know, are the crux of this particular article, like, you know, the summary of this article I have, you know, already enlisted over here. The summary I have, you know, enlisted over here. You will find this PDF, okay. You will find this PDF in our Telegram channel, okay. You just need to visit the Telegram channel to, you know, download this PDF, and using this PDF, what you can do, you can, you know, learn more about it, okay. So I have a question for you that you can solve in your free time, and you can share it with us, and our team members will review that particular question for you, okay. So this question is with reference to General Studies paper 3 of your mains exam. It's a very short and crisp question. After reading this question and reading that article, you will be able to answer this question, okay. The question says, discuss the impact of climate change on the planet Earth. Suggest measures to mitigate effect of climate change, okay. This question has to be answered in 150 words, and it is a 10 marker question. Once you write an answer to this question, you can share your answer to us, okay, through our Telegram channel, and our team member will review it, and you will get the, you know, reviewed answer to this, okay. So that's all that I had to discuss with you, okay. And apart from this, the PDF that we are going to share, it will be little updated because page numbers were not updated over here. Like that updated PDF will be shared to you, okay. So that's all that we had to discuss for you for the day. Thank you so much for attending the session. I hope you have a great day ahead.